We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Bombings continue, climate battles, inflation, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lupkin, and here's the news you need to know. Israeli warplanes and tanks continued the bombardment of Hamas strongholds in southern Gaza overnight. The United Nations said Tuesday it had largely halted aid distribution to civilians in the Palestinian enclave due to the intense fighting. The 193-member UN General Assembly is expected to pass a draft resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire on Tuesday, but General Assembly resolutions are not binding. Palestinians have stated that they are not getting the aid that the UN is sending because it is being commandeered by Hamas leaders who do not distribute it to civilians. Negotiators at the United Nations COP28 Climate Summit in Dubai continued trying to reach a deal on a package of agreements after a deadline expired Tuesday, the gathering's last official day. Negotiators remain divided after a draft of the centerpiece agreement published Monday dropped references to phasing out fossil fuels. The watered-down version urged countries to reduce planet warming pollution and listed cutting back oil, coal, and gas burning among possible actions. Delegates criticized the draft as incoherent and grossly insufficient to fight climate change devastation. "We will not sign our death certificate," said Cedric Schuster of Samoa, chair of the Alliance of Small Island States. Countries have pushed back on the draconian proposals and have stated that they will increase clean-burning natural gas in order to meet the energy needs of their citizens. Delegates were embarrassed by their hypocrisy, showed in photos that leaked of all the private planes that they had taken to the conference and their menu that contained hamburgers and steaks after they declared that people should fight climate change by not eating meat. Ford Motor Company is cutting production of its electric F-150 Lightning pickup truck by half next year due to soft demand. "We will continue to match production to customer demand," spokesperson Jess Enoch said in a statement. The shift is the latest in a series of adjustments automakers have made after rushing to increase EV production, only to find customers were hesitant to buy all-electric vehicles due to concerns about cost, charging times, availability of charging stations on long trips, and other potential obstacles. Ford said in October it was holding off on a $12 billion in planned EV investment. An October poll conducted by Echelon Insights on behalf of the Illinois Policy Institute found that only 37% of registered Chicago voters have a favorable view of the Chicago Teachers Union, with 46% reporting an unfavorable view. These results represent a significant plunge in support for the CTU since February, when the same pollster found that 44% of respondents had a favorable view of their group, with 42% reporting an unfavorable view. In other words, CTU's net favorability among Chicago voters dropped to -9 from +2, an 11-point plummet in just 8 months. This experience offers a preview of what is happening nationally as unions continue to overplay their hands, and a warning to legislators who keep deferring to their short-term power. Inflation continued to moderate in November as a steep drop in gasoline prices helped to offset increases in the cost of housing, medical care, food, and transportation. The Labor Department said on Tuesday that the Consumer Price Index A broad measure of the price of everyday goods, including gasoline, groceries, and rent, rose 0.1% in November from the previous month, slightly more than expected. Prices climbed 3.1% from the same time last year, which is in line with estimates by economists, and down from the 3.2 recorded in October. Contrary to the claims of the Biden administration, these numbers show that inflation rose 3.1% from the record high 9% last year. While the rate of inflation has slowed, inflation has not gone down and stands at 19% above where prices were when Biden took office. That's the raw naked truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.